Okay, so what I'm doing here is I've got out a few of my roses to start with, and I've offered them up on the wreath to sort of get an idea of the vicinity of each colour of roses, whereabouts I want them. I have a couple of peonies here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of these and slide them in, just slide them in, not glue them straight away, and then have a look at what they look like nestled in the colour. Like this one's a nice creamy, so I've nestled this onto the green. The pink is nestled with the pink because they all sort of blend in a lot better. So there we go. I'm going to now select some and start popping them in. Okay, so now I have sorted through the roses and the other flowers, and I've pushed them in, but I still haven't glued them. It's taken me about an hour to do this and get it so that I was actually happy with the result. If you can see that better. These are just the main flowers. I'm going to glue them in a minute, and after I've done that, I will then start looking at all the little things like the grasses and the more pointy type of flowers, like agastache and things like that, and feathery things, and also maybe some other colours which I might offer up, but I won't glue them again. I'll put them in place and see if I like them there, and then and if I do, then I'll go back and glue those in. So this is up to this point. I've just put them in, and I think I'm going to get my glue gun out and I'm going to start gluing them in. Right, okay, so now I'm just going to start doing the gluing the flowers in. I'm going to work around this side first, and I'm going to have to be quite quick. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue around this here, and also just plop some into the area there, and then quickly push it in and hold it steady. What happens is it comes out quite cool, the glue, but then once it's been squirted, it takes a couple of seconds, then it starts getting really hot and binding. So it doesn't take long to start burning. So like I said before, be very careful not to catch your fingers or anything. If you do, wipe it off straight away. Believe me, I've done this many times, so burnt myself. It's almost unavoidable. Right, that's pushing that in there, pushing them well in. Got a little bud here that's just going to have a little bit of glue on the stick, like that, and then try and put it back in where it was. Put a bit more glue down there, and make sure that it's touching part of the wreath if you can, obviously, because you want it to stick well. What I do when I've done this, check that there's no bits of glue, because you get strings of glue forming. Check that there's none and just pull them off when they've cooled down. So that's those bits. Now I'm going to put in these yellow ones. Now I've put yellows in with these pinks because my sister's bedroom is all of these types of colours. That's why I've put in the yellows. People might say, oh, it's a bit weird putting yellow in, but it's like a multicolour bedspread that my sister's got. So that's why I've done it. You see, this is quite the quick part. As you can see, it's quite quick. Get them nestled well in, and if these things start moving, you know, when you've made it and you give it a good shake later on at some point, if something feels a bit as if it's not stuck well, just re-glue that area. Okay, so this is just the start. This is not all of the flowers that I'm going to put on this. I'm going to put other things on. Now a lot of people might say, and I know you can make these flower rings by making small bunches of bunches of flowers and twine them together with a bit of string and then tie them onto the wreath. And I've done that before, but the reason I'm doing it like this is because A, it gets really voluptuous and voluminous, you know, it sticks up above quite well outside, you know, you can see what I mean, it sticks up nicely. Whereas if that goes there, when I made them before on these birch twigs and things, they're very flat, and if you just tie the bunches on, you don't get a wreath that's standing up and proud like this one is. So I quite like it. And I know people say, oh, what about the glue? Well, yeah, what about the glue? I've got some of these wreaths that I've made in the house that are like 7 years old now, and I've had them for such a long time. Can you see that's made a little string? I'm not going to touch it, but there we are, look. And they've lasted a long time. I don't just throw things away for the sake of it. I keep them for a long time, and they fade, but you know what, they do look pretty even when they fade. So there we go. Right, now this is a bit loose, it feels like here to me, so I think I might have to go back a bit later and put a little bit more hydrangea in. Oops, be back soon. Okay, now that I've got the phone call out of the way, little granddaughter is going to come and see me this afternoon. I'm going to look after her. That's what the call was about, so I just thought I'd just get a few bits and bobs done. I need some more glue in there. Hang on. Get through quite a bit of glue doing this, to, you know, 3 or 4 of these sticks. I think that went there. Right, put loads on that, so I didn't bother putting it onto the hydrangeas. So I put enough on. There we are. And you have to push it well in like that. Be quite firm, because if you can't be firm with it at this point, it's not going to stand up, is it? So I put it on and push it well in. Push it right down like that. So that it sticks like that. And I've got this one here that was sort of falling out. I'm hoping I'm going to get it in the right place. I ain't going to get any onto the hydrangea because I haven't got enough room for it, so I'm going to push that in. Out, out, there you go. Ow, ow, it's hot. Luckily there wasn't too much. But I always burn myself at some point. Right, so that's that side done, and up to here. I could turn it off, but I thought it's probably a good idea. You can see me doing it better, and you can have a laugh at me when I burn myself. So there you go. There you are. That's that one. Try not to get any glue dropping off on your flowers like I am doing at the moment, because I'm sort of rushing. I don't really want to be rushing this, really. Yeah, I'm sort of rushing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it now and come back and show you when they're all on. Right, here we are. I've glued all of these on now, and I've swept my area a little bit. So what you can do, I've already shaken it once. You can shake it like that and it will keep dropping little bits, but don't worry about that. There we are. Clear that area. And I can put it down like that. And this isn't finished. This is, like I said, there are other things to be done with it yet. Let's have a look. I'll just pick the camera up and show you. You can see how the colours are working nicely together so far. I did have one, I can't remember which, I remember which one it was that was coming out a little bit, so I took it out again and restuck it. And it's fine now, one of those flowers. So yes, I shall give up doing the wreath today, and I'll get back to you. Sounds like the cat is at the door now. So here we are. I've completed this flower wreath. It took me quite a while to do it. As you can see, I've put in all these little frondy bits and a little bit of frosted explosion, and I've just put a bit of glue on the tips of all of these things and put them well underneath the hydrangeas and stuck them down. I've added a few more roses here and there, and these are Mobium alatum and a few bits of Orlea. It's made it more busy. I did think to myself, ooh, shall I just not put anything else on it? But I think I'll get used to the idea of it having so much in there. But yeah, I mean, there's already some of the birch twigs here, look, that are there. And then I put in a few little spiky bits and bobs, and I put a bit more limonium in there, as you can see, this limonium. And I stuck a few things under the edges, under here, put in the odd little bit more hydrangea and these little spiky things here, look, you know, these little agastache. But all in all, I'm happy with that. I think my sister will be pleased with it. But yeah, have a go at doing it. It'll take a few hours, but do like I do and just build it up a bit at a time, and think about it and look at it again, and then think about it again and add little bits on and just lay them on and take them off if they're not working. And if you like the look of it, and if you're creative and you like colours, they'll be fine. If you're not sure of what colours to put together, I tend to think of items of clothing that, you know, you quite often you get these florally dresses and t-shirts and things, and you look at the colours that they're using and you think, do I like that look? And if you really like a particular floral design on a piece of material, then you can imitate it nearly with flowers. So that's one way of looking at it. So yeah, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please press the like button and share it with anybody else who you think might appreciate learning how to do this. So that'd be nice. Okay, thank you.